English is quite a complicated language for many of us. When I started out, it was a very difficult language for me because I did not understand what someone else was saying, or I could not communicate with them on a day-to-day basis in the language. But I somehow managed and I improved. And I'm sure that you can too in case you have encountered those same issues. How? I'll tell you in this video. So keep watching. Hey guys, this is Nilanjan and welcome to the first video of my channel. English is spoken worldwide by around 1.25 billion people. That's around 125 crore people. And being able to speak English opens up a world of possibilities for you. Now, not every one of us gets to study in a school or college where English is the mode of communication. So how do you go about learning the language? That's English. Well, there are 4 skills that you need to master. Those are the 4 different ways in which you can learn English, and those are the 4 different use cases for the language. English is basically like any other language, a way to communicate with somebody else who speaks the language, and if you master these 4 skills, you are good to go. Now, these 4 skills are reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Now, how do you improve each of these skills? There are different ways in which you can improve them, and I'm going to talk about them in detail in just a second, but I just want to tell you that towards the end of the video, I'm going to share with you some very useful tools which are totally free, which you can use on a daily basis and improve all of these 4 skills. Before we begin though, I just want to congratulate you once for taking this initiative to learn a new language or to improve what you already know. And I want you to imagine getting a pat on the back from me, which means to get a praise. I know the language may seem very difficult right now, but trust me, in a few months, it's going to seem like a piece of cake for you if you keep practicing. Also, you would notice that throughout this video, I suggest that you practice more. There's a very simple reason for that. You would have heard the saying, practice makes a man perfect. Virat Kohli would not be the great cricket player that he is today if he just practiced chess. Alternatively, if you wanted to ride a bike, you would not be practicing on a car. Does that make sense? You should also enable the subtitles. That will help you improve your English. Now, let's get started. The first skill that you need to master is reading. The obvious thing that you have to do to improve your reading is read more. But there's a catch. You have to read voluntarily. It has to be enjoyable. It has to be something that you like reading. So, what do I mean by that? Let's say that you enjoy reading about the current affairs, things that are happening around the world. Or let's say you enjoy reading about food, different recipes. So what you should do is read those recipes in English. What that will do is get you more exposure to the language, and when the time comes when you have to read something in English, you will actually be comfortable with reading it in English because you have done it for such a long time. Now, the second skill for you to improve is writing. Many people find it really difficult to write. Don't worry though, here are a couple of tips that I'm going to share with you. The first thing that you need to be clear about is what you want to write it. Make sure that you're writing about something that interests you. Many people think that vocabulary is just knowing a lot of words and their meanings. But what they don't probably realize is there's more to that. Just knowing a lot of words does not do anything unless you know how to use them and in which context. When I say writing, I just don't mean writing on a piece of paper with a pen or a pencil. When I say writing, I'm also referring to texting. All of us have smartphones these days, and all of us use WhatsApp to text our friends and family. Probably a lot of you communicate with your friends and family in your native tongue. Instead of doing that, try to communicate with the other person in English. Now, when you are talking to them over text message or letter or anything like that, make sure that you are noticing the words that are being used. Focus on the vocabulary. Also focus on the spelling of the word that you are using. For example, B-E-A-R and B-A-R-E are both pronounced as bear, but they have very different meanings. B-E-A-R is the animal, whereas B-A-R-E means naked. The other thing that you can do is to read regularly. As you are reading, notice how different words are being used and how those words are being spelled. As you are talking to someone else, as you are writing something, just incorporate those things that you have learned. Now, the next skill that you need to master is listening. How do you improve it? When I was in class 11 and 12, I used to watch a lot of sitcoms, American sitcoms. Now, you might not be interested in sitcoms. You might be interested in something like Sherlock, the BBC show, or you might be interested in a lot of sports commentary, or behind the scenes videos of different movies. Make sure that whatever you are watching, it's in English, and make sure it's voluntary, because if you are not enjoying, if you're not watching something out of your own will, and it's not something that you enjoy, you're going to just hate listening to whatever it is you're watching. The first thing that I did to improve my English was to watch all those sitcoms. The other thing that I did was, every single time I had an issue with my laptop or my phone when I was in school or college, I just called up customer care. So for example, I had a Windows laptop and there was a Microsoft issue. I just called Microsoft, and in the language selection menu, I just chose English every single time. As a result, my call was answered by somebody who spoke English, and I was talking to them in English. That not only improved my listening skills, that also helped me improve my speaking skills. And because I was talking to them for 15, 20 minutes, half an hour in English, and that gave me quite a bit of practice. Now, the last skill that you need to master is speaking. You need two things to master this skill. Number one, someone who you can converse in English with. And number two is a topic that both of you are interested in. So what you can do is convince your friend, tell your friend that you want to talk to them in English. That will help both of you, because you are talking in English, and the more you talk, the better you get at it. Also, make sure that you listen as you are speaking. When you have the interview, you'll be able to talk very fluently and without stuttering. The other thing that you can do is, when you are watching TV series or movies, try to repeat those dialogues that they speak in English. Another thing that you can do is talk to yourself. By talking to yourself, I mean to narrate what you are doing. If you are quite shy and you are afraid that someone else is going to judge you because you might be making a mistake while speaking, if you're talking to yourself, that eliminates that possibility. As I had promised earlier in this video, now I'm going to share with you a couple of different tools which I have been using personally, which are completely free. The first one is called Grammarly. It's basically a writing assistant. So Grammarly basically has browser extensions for Chrome, Firefox, and other browsers. They also have the Grammarly keyboard, which is like your Google keyboard or Swift keyboard. And what they do is, as you are typing something, they check what you are typing to see if there are mistakes, and in real time they let you know if there are mistakes, which you can rectify at that particular second, as you can see right here. They basically offer two different plans. One is a free plan and the other one is a premium plan, but I think for a beginner, the free plan would be just fine. I have personally been using the premium plan for the last 4-5 years, and I have found it great. And there are other competitors of Grammarly, product companies which offer similar products, but I have not found them to be as useful or as good as Grammarly. There are some benefits for the premium plan that you get. For example, plagiarism detector or vocabulary enhancement suggestions, but I think if you are just a beginner, you won't need those. But obviously, in case you need them, you can always upgrade to the premium plan whenever you are comfortable. They also have integration with Microsoft Office, just for Windows though, but they do have that, which means that if you are typing a Word document and you have the Grammarly extension enabled inside Microsoft Word, you can natively check what you are typing, and it's going to show you all the grammatical mistakes that you are making and suggest you what changes you can make. So once you are on their website, what you have to do is just click on login at the top right of the screen, and over here you have to click on don't have an account in case you are trying to sign up. Then you can just continue with Facebook or continue with Google, or you can create an account by just entering your email ID, and that's how you can basically do it. If you would like to see me make a dedicated video on how to use Grammarly, let me know in the comments below and I'll make a video at the earliest. Now, if you are someone who wants to revise your synonym or antonym lessons, that is, words with similar or opposite meanings, you can use Google's Word Coach. It is like a fun little game that Google introduced for the mobile users last year, that is 2018. Basically, what you have to do is go to google.com and search for Google Word Coach or Word Coach. I'll also leave a link down below which would take you to the same page if you open it on your mobile browser. Here you can see which word is similar to promote. Which do you think it is? It's going to be encourage. And as you can see, I've got a score of 120. Now the next question is, which word is similar to examine? It is inspect. Again, I've got a score of 120. So my total score is now 240. Now the next question is, which word is similar to fair? It is just. The score increases by 120 again. Which word is similar to opinion? It is belief. The next question now is, which word is the opposite of youth? It's adulthood. And I've got a score of 600 right now. If you get a high score in a round and you choose to play the next round, Google will raise the difficulty level in Word Coach. It's currently available only in English language. That is all for this video, guys. I hope that you found it informative. Now, I need your help with something really small though. As you can see, I'm just a new YouTuber, and as such, I won't probably reach your friends and family and all your loved ones, because that's how YouTube's algorithm works. You can help me greatly though by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. That seriously helps me reach other people and motivates me to make more such videos. Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends and family and all your loved ones. Keep practicing, and I'll see you guys in the next video.